What is discrimination? Discrimination is prejudiced treatment against different groups, including race, age, and sex. Other forms of discrimination are not widely talked about, but all forms of discrimination need to be brought into light. Many people don't think about discrimination against the sensory impaired. The way they communicate has gone unquestioned, and therefore not much is done about it. We should not see them as people that will hold us back in a society, but as people who are just trying to live their life to the fullest, just as we people that can hear are trying to do also. On average, many people feel uncomfortable with deaf people working in a workplace. They typically give them a negative stereotype, calling them names such as confused, childlike, dependent, and even dangerous. Gil Harold, author of Reconsidering Sound in the City, Asserting the Right to a Deaf-Friendly City, says that we feel a sense of autism toward them, which means that we feel superior because we can hear, that we are more capable of doing a better job than those that cannot hear. He also believes that phonocentrism is a belief in which sounds and speech are more superior than a written language. So he believes that if you don't have to write anything down and you have to communicate with people, that deaf people are not the right people to have in a workplace. Because of this, we see that geographers have ignored that deafness is a cultural and language efficient diversity where lack of hearing is becoming more plentiful and is coming into the light. Harold explains that the importance of imagining, creating, and engaging in a world can be shaped by senses other than just sight. He explains that we need to have a deaf-friendly city, and in order to have this, that we should question the commonness of hearing loss in the public areas. We should also contribute deaf-friendly spaces by helping improving urban design, service provision, and communication strategies, like increasing text messages or the use of text messages and having subtitles on TVs and have efficient signage and visual information systems in transport vehicles. According to Gina Shaw, author of Fighting Workplace Discrimination Against the Hearing Impaired, gives us an example where a Wendy's franchise did not hire this man that had prior 2 years experience of other fast food franchise work because they thought that complications would interfere too much with his performance. They treated him insignificantly because they thought he could not be aware of his surroundings unless somebody got his attention, which is not always true. But training and communication strategies is their best bet in improving their performance in a workplace. But they are also coming out with technologies such as hearing aid compatible phone headsets that can be clipped to your shirt and you won't even know they're there. And they're also good because some can eliminate background noise, and so where they can hear clearly and concentrate on what they're doing in order to be efficient in their workplace. Also, statistics of the workplace, it says that 1/3 of the disability-related wage differential for men and women is attributed to discrimination, according to Baldwin and Cho, the authors of Estimates of Wage Discrimination Against Workers with Sensory Disabilities with Controls for Job Demands. He explains that women differences in wage distribution is because of productivity related, leaving 10% accustomed to discrimination. But in men, 30% is unexplained, so therefore they conclude that it is because of discrimination. In the U.S., people with sensory disabilities make up 5.5% of the population, but 3.4% of the employed population. When we compare sensory disabilities with the non-disabled, they typically receive lower rates of promotion, less job stability, and are underemployed relative to their education and work experience. But now they have to have accommodations like talking computers and stuff like that. And many employers believe that this can be disruptive and that can also cost a lot of money. They can also have commentators that communicate sign language to them, but they also have to pay that person, and they are not always on hand, as in like emergency meetings for an office or something like that. It is said that speaking ability is worth less than people with hearing and seeing abilities, and that people that just are able to speak with you earn lower wages than people that can actually hear and see. So, in conclusion, deaf people are widely underrecognized. We as a society should accommodate all disabilities in a proper way in order to be a unified society. Think about if you were deaf and you're just trying to live a normal life. Wouldn't you want to be accommodated appropriately? In order to do this, you would want the right treatment from the people that do not have the same disability as you, and you would not want to feel inferior to anybody else because you cannot help or what disability you do have. So let's make where you live a deaf-friendly place. Thanks for listening.